Hey everyone, I'm Daniel.
And I'm Ryan Rink of Car Foolery.
Today we got an epic video for you guys. We're gonna compare my J-swapped MR2 to his.
I have a 3rd Gen 3S GTE swap.
Yeah, should be pretty epic. To start, we're just gonna go over the basics of the car, then we're gonna go drive them. My car is a 93 NA body that's been swapped with the J32A2, so that's a Honda V6. It also has the 6-speed limited slip differential out of the Acura Type S, so that's pretty cool. On top of that, the engine has an M90 blower, and it's run by a AEM Series 2 aftermarket ECU. Also, it runs about 5.5 pounds of boost.
So my car is a 93 non-turbo car as well that I imported a JDM half cut with a 3rd Gen 3S GTE. KO Racing in Oregon City did my swap for me because I back then was not confident enough to deal with the electrical work. So I am running 16 pounds of boost through the stock turbo. It's the stock ECU, and it has a new exhaust from the turbo all the way back that KO Racing made. My car dynos at 260 wheel horsepower.
Mine makes 300 at the wheels, yeah.
So we were talking earlier about how much we think the parts to make your drivetrain costs.
Yeah, altogether we think it's going to be about 7 grand because things like the transmission and ECU on that car are really expensive, and then everything else is 200 bucks there, 300 and so on. What about yours?
I believe for my drivetrain you can get those half cuts like I did for about $3,500. The exhaust, I have a twin exit exhaust, so that was $850, but you can get a single exit that's just as free flowing for like $600. And then the manual boost controller is about $100, about $4,300. You could copy my drivetrain.
And you have similar performance to me.
And I have similar performance. I am pretty sure that my transmission would handle more dead hooks than yours would.
Completely. My transmissions are known for being glass. They're not very strong.
The E153 is notchy and it's not the fastest shifting transmission, but I do like its robust, the thing will not break. And if you build your engine, you can spin 9,000 RPM through an E153 too, so.
Yeah, I can't do that. not even close, I'm not gonna lie.
So, I really like the E153. The 3S GTE, in my opinion, it's like a fairly cool engine. It's like an 80s race kind of technology stuff. It's not as fancy as Honda K engines and
the J series.
In the J series. But the argument I will make when you're comparing our two cars together is that for the amount of money it takes you to swap a Honda engine into an MR2, you could just stick with the Toyota engine and use the money to modify that. If your goals are 400 wheel and under, probably want to go with the Toyota motor. If your goals are over 400 wheel, then maybe do crazy Honda guy stuff.
Yeah, because there's a lot of aftermarket support. I've actually talked to a guy locally who's building a J32 to 1,000 horsepower, and I talked to him about turboing my car, and we could reasonably, with heads and things of that nature, reach 500 horsepower. Obviously heads do the pulley and other things like that, but it's going to be a lot easier to get that out of the V6 versus the 4-cylinder.
My car is not supposed to be stripped interior, but my car was stolen about a year ago, and they hacked all the sound system stuff, so I just stripped the interior out because I'm going to need to retrace every single wire if I want to put a sound system back in it. And they damaged some of the plastic trim pieces, so it's just stripped right now. That's not how I want it to stay.
My car is stripped because the carpets were gross and ripped, and I don't want to pay for new ones, so I'll just strip it, and it's a Tractoy, so who cares?
Your everyday side of the road Pacific Northwest way station says 2,600?
Yes.
The everyday side of the road Pacific Northwest way station says my car is 2,700 pounds. I assume the all aluminum Honda Magic helps out with the weight. The way stations aren't that accurate, so who knows?
They're close enough.
They're close enough. Trust them within 100 pounds, you're probably fine. I think one last thing I'd like to say is that despite our cars being extremely different, the way that they're built, the drivetrain and everything, you went to the drag strip and ran a...
So I ran a 13.6, I believe, at 103 miles per hour, which is close to you.
Yeah, we both have done the same amount of passes at a drag strip. We're both not drag racers.
Yeah.
But I ran a 13.6 at 100.
Yeah, so super, super close, despite the cars being so different.
It's incredible that it's that similar.
Yeah.
I probably had like a really good, not afraid to break anything launch.
I was afraid to break it. I was really easy off the line.
So maybe your car does pull better up in the mid-range and top end or something, but...
Let's go drive these things.
Let's go drive them.
Let's go.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's not normal. Wow.
You can scoot it back.
Does it go back?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it has sliders.
Oh,
That's why it's so tall.
It is very tall.
Yeah.
I want a bucket seat, and then I sit in your bucket seat.
Yes.
And I'm like, maybe I don't want to lose all the functionality of my seat.
No, you don't. There you go.
The throttle is super stiff.
Oh yeah.
It's so torquey.
Yes, it is.
This is way more of a terrifying experience. I feel like a pussy driving mine now.
Yeah. Yours is really refined. This one is, it's raw. It's a really visceral experience.
Your suspension is 5 times nicer than my suspension.
Yeah, it doesn't want to break your back.
This is very comfortable driving experience. The drivetrain is the terrifying part. I'm surprised with how nice the clutch feels though.
You can thank China for that. It's an eBay special clutch.
Oh, we both have eBay specials.
It's eBay special.
What's red line set at?
65.
65.
Peak power's at 6.
And I'm a pussy if I don't hit 6?
If you don't hit red line, you're a pussy.
Okay, got it.
Every year.
Got it. The sound it makes when you touch the throttle and like you hear all the air rush in, it's such a cool sound.
It's intoxicating.
And that hole in the firewall is it's really something special.
It's just extra ventilation. Nothing wrong.
It's like really cool, but at the same time, I think I would hate to have it forever.
It's honestly terrifying. In case something bad happens, I am going to patch that eventually.
It is really hot in here.
Yeah,
You're not lying about that.
No, it's super toasty. The engine keeps you warm. I think that's why the shop that built this removed the AC and the heater. They just crimped the lines.
Wow, that's a really good job. It kind of just goes fast whether you want it to or not. I'm gonna die of heat exhaustion in here.
Yeah, it gets really fucking hot.
Is this still the same tune?
Yeah, this is the same tune as when I got it.
This is a 6-speed, right?
Yeah, 6-speed.
Alright, is this it?
Yeah, rail it. Today, yeah, they failed on me once.
I forgot about that right up until I needed them, and then I was like, oh. It's really confusing. I don't know. Like, when it's pulling, it feels really fast, but it doesn't like punch me. Yeah. I feel like it doesn't punch me like my car does.
Peak power at about 6 grand. At the bottom end, it just keeps building and building and building.
Yeah, I think mine has way more mid-range power, which is weird because it's a small engine with a turbo, but it could be the tune.
It could be the tune, yeah. I couldn't think of anything else.
Could be the cams. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, it is stock cams, and the car does have VTEC, so that could play into it as well.
Your chassis, like your suspension, I like so much more than my car.
Why? Is it just because it's a little bit more compliant?
Yeah, I feel like my car is a lot more bouncy. My car feels way more nervous and twitchy. Like, I feel so relaxed going around corners in this. Like, I wouldn't be that afraid to, like, you know, hit the brakes mid-corner in this because I feel like I know what it's gonna do.
That's fair.
My car feels a lot more nervous and shitty.
I guess I'll find out, right?
Yeah. Jesus, it's hot in here.
Oh yeah.
All right, your 5th and 6th gear kind of suck to use.
They fucking do, big time.
You gotta change the springs on that. That is really difficult.
Oh yeah, you get used to it, sort of.
Shut the door, that sound.
Anything for you.
God.
This is so much more comfortable. Oh. And there's all the lights.
Yeah, all the warning lights on the dash are because they chopped the harness.
Oh. The shifter is so like... Oh shit, that engages right away. I can feel the tires rubbing on the front. What size are they?
They're 245, 45 17s on 17 by 9s.
Oh shit! Oh, that sound! The turbo whistle. So in terms of suspension, I think my car has a better suspension, that it's more compliant, but everything else in this is so much more livable. The seats are nice, the heat's not killing you.
If you put our two cars together, you'd have like a really nice car.
That's an idea.
I don't know which engine and stuff you would use, but...
Wow, the power comes on so early. It's really odd because you would think my car would have the power down low, but this one, it like hits you hard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It hits really hard.
Literally, the power curves are reversed. The throttle's also really, really light. I feel like I could push it with just my toe. In fact, I am. That turbo whistle, I don't think I could get tired of that.
I haven't yet.
Yeah.
It's been 5 years and I'm still not tired of it.
There's a little bit, oh yeah, huh, you swapped it 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh shit, sorry. I should mention, the shifter is really notchy and direct. It takes a little bit of getting used to. Mine's really easy, and in terms of 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, 5th and 6th though, are really hard to get into. I love the fact that the exhaust isn't droney either.
It is like on the highway, but I don't think it is as bad as yours.
Oh no, mine, you couldn't daily drive mine. This, you could daily drive.
And I did.
Yeah, you literally do.
For a long time.
Yeah, like I said, you can live with this every day, have no worries, you have plenty of power. Oh, all right, it puts 250 to the wheels.
260.
260, and we put down similar times at the drag strip. That's crazy.
I think I just have much more of a wider power band where you have that peak power.
Oh yeah, your power is way more usable than mine. I can't get over that. Turbo noises are the best.
I don't know, the supercharger sound is really good.
I don't know. It's really hard. Maybe it's because this is like a foreign thing to me. It's not something I have every day.
Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah.
Oh, I know the solution.
What's that?
Just have one of both. Have your turbo MR2 and then have your supercharged MR2.
I do have 2 MR2s, and one of them is an NA, so it's actually a real possibility.
Just do what I did with this.
I'll get a half cut.
Yeah, just throw a 3S in it.
Ryan coming up with great ideas all the time.
Yeah, spend a bunch of money.
Yours is a true manual rack versus mine, which is a power steering rack that doesn't work. So my rack's a little bit quicker. Because of your bent rim, right?
I think it's the bent rim that causes that wobble.
Yeah, that's not very confidence inspiring, but
no.
It's just the rim, yeah.
Yeah, my chassis sucks super bad,
yeah.
But we're here to compare the drivetrain.
The drivetrain, holy shit. I'm really surprised at how lively the throttle is too. Where the power is going to be, when it's going to be there, and it does what I want it to do. On a track, I would feel comfortable driving this thing.
We're back.
Both cars had their pros and cons. Mine fucking cooks you. On the other hand, though, it has that awesome sound. Well, your car has
Different awesome sound.
completely different, but it has power everywhere. It has like an instant punch, which is really surprising considering it's a 4-cylinder. I have the V6, the supercharger.
And honestly, though, it could come down to your tune.
It really could.
It could be just bad ignition timing, or
Who knows? There's also other variables such as the cams and stuff like that are in the car.
like my car's still on the stock ECU, like no piggyback, no nothing. That's just a stock ECU.
So the question is, which should you get? Both.
Yeah,
That's really it. Both.
have one of each.
That's the best way to do it.
I'm glad I have mine. You're glad you have yours.
I will.
We both wish we had.
Each other's.
Yeah, your car rides really nice.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's OEM stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
I hate how your car shifts.
Right, I liked it. So first through fourth, I think it's really direct, super easy. Your car, on the other hand, is super notchy. The clutch pedal's really light, which is odd.
You know what I think we need to do in the future?
I don't know what.
We need to race the cars. We need to drag race them against each other. We need to autocross them against each other.
You kind of scare me because you might beat me, but I'm down. I think that's reasonable because they are so close in performance. I think it'd actually be really interesting.
Yeah, like their power delivery is extremely different, but according to drag racing and even driving in the car, you end up kind of going the same amount of fast. It just feels different.
Watch out for that video. We'll do it eventually.
In 6 years from now, that'll be coming out. If you want to see any more content about my car, again, the YouTube channel I am a part of is Carfoolery on YouTube, of course, and Instagram, Carfoolery Show.
They also have other stuff, like they have GTRs on there, Honda Prelude with the freaking cage. So
yeah, track prepped 3rd gen Honda Prelude, figure that out. 4-wheel steering. Friend John's rebuilding his R32 GTR. That's on Carfoolery. And we do stupid stuff, like with a $200 Integra, and I have a piece of crap 240SX, so
check it out, a lot of fun. And as always, you guys have a good day.